Thursday, July 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. The heat, the big weather story here for the next couple of days. Now, this time around, the wave of heat a little bit different than the previous one we saw. It is not oppressively muggy in most sections this time, so the heat index values, while significant, not as extreme as what we saw last time around. But definitely a hot few days coming up. I'll talk about that, plus Tropical Storm Don, all in today's edition of the video. Let's get right to the advisory situation across the country. All the peach shaded counties there, those are various heat related products, and we do have a heat advisory up today for the Interstate 95 corridor for heat index values topping out a little bit over 105 in some of those areas. Here's our temperatures this morning. Again, we're looking at 70s across all of our area. Again this morning, a lot of 80s and even 85 degree plus readings back in parts of the plains. That's where the core of this heat remains. Here's our dew point temperatures. Most areas anywhere from the upper 60s to the lower 70s for current dew point temperatures this morning. We did see those dew points mixed down pretty nicely yesterday afternoon, so you could definitely tell the difference. It was a less muggy feeling type of day yesterday, and sort of similar today, although I don't think the dew points drop as much today as they did yesterday as the day unfolds. Now, a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity from the Great Lakes back into the plains. That is with our next cold front. That's still a couple of days away, though. That'll get here this weekend, and it will eventually bring us pretty good shower and thunderstorm chances at that point in time. Here's the upper air chart off of the European model today. Big ridge sitting right overhead through the region, cranking the heat, but it will retreat back off to the west with time this weekend. That's what it looks like Saturday. And then by the time we get to Monday, again, you're looking at a very well-defined ridge over the Central Plains and the Ozarks, but you kind of have some troughing near parts of the eastern seaboard, and it'll be a battle next week between that trough that'll be in place over the northeast and the ridge over the middle part of the country. And if that ridge wins the battle, we wind up hotter. If the trough wins the battle around here, we wind up with less in the way of heat later on next week. Today, it's going to be a dry day across our region until you get down to maybe coastal parts of South Carolina. And we'll see highs in lots of the Piedmont areas toward the upper side of the 90s. And heat index values topping out over 100, and again closer to the Interstate 95 corridor over 105. Raleigh probably hitting 100 for a high, at least thereabouts this afternoon. And tomorrow should be the hottest day of this stretch. We'll see a lot of Piedmont highs close to 100. Heat index values topping 105 in many spots tomorrow afternoon. Now, over the weekend, by Saturday evening, we'll see the scattered thunderstorm chance arriving with that next cold front, and I still think Sunday features good chances for some showers and some thunderstorms at times, and I'll maintain the chance on Monday of a few of those thunderstorms sticking around before we trend back toward drier weather there on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Now let's talk about Don. Don is not looking terribly healthy this morning. This is our tropical disturbance. It got classified as a tropical storm late yesterday afternoon. It's located fairly close to the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula there. And, of course, you're not going to see a whole lot of intensification while it's that close to land. But overall, the modeling is not terribly excited about intensification. And it's still possible, I suppose, this can maybe ramp up to minor hurricane intensity, but it's going to be a tough forecast in terms of intensity for this. This is one of those compact systems that can ramp up or down in intensity very easily. So if this thing does get organized, we could see some quick intensification, but it's not going to have a whole lot of time over water. There's the track guidance. This is heading for Texas, and this will move ashore probably by later on tomorrow night, Friday night. Here's the official National Hurricane Center forecast. You do have some tropical storm watches up for a lot of the Texas coast, and they officially bring this inland to the Texas coast around 1 o'clock or so early Saturday morning. A couple of models here. Here's the Hurricane Wharf. This model rather brings it to the Texas coast as a minimal tropical storm. The GFDL even has it as a tropical depression as it moves ashore. So we'll see. The big story with this, let me go back to the spaghetti charts here. The big story with Don is going to be some much-needed rain to these extremely drought-stricken areas here around Texas. And we'll see how that all plays out, but this could be one of those beneficial type of tropical systems. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great Thursday, and God bless.